Ever go to a party and you don't really know anyone, and then someone comes up to you and asks the dreaded question, "So, how do you art?" That was the question I was asked at a recent gathering, as opposed to the usual, "So, what do you do?" It took me by surprise. I'm always bracing for the "what do you do" question. Instead, I found myself kind of touched that someone would think that I might have some artistic inclinations. I was tempted to shy away, like, "Oh, me? I'm not an artist." But the question wasn't, "Are you an artist?" It was, "How do you art?" So I mentioned my dorky videos, my stick figure books, my postcard habit, and we ended up having a really nice conversation. The truth is, given permission and freedom, I think everyone does some kind of art. Even my mom, who grew up believing that art was a waste of time because there were more important things to do, made this beautiful basket out of pine needles the second she finally let herself retire. And my dad, who I never once saw create anything, turned out to be a secret colorer of 18th century soldier postcards. I've spent my whole professional life, 30 plus years, reflexively asking people what they do. But honestly, I'm way more interested in how they art. Like, take my colleague, Dr. Tim Jameson. For years, I just thought of him as a really good chiropractor. Then one day, I found out he's actually a talented stained glass maker. It's something he learned as a teenager, but then it got hidden. Anyway, I don't even think of him as a chiropractor anymore. To me, he's the stained glass guy. Your art probably says more about who you are than your job does. You didn't even have a job until you were basically an adult. But you've had a core identity since you were a little kid. It kind of bugs me when people ask kids, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" As if you're not already a being. You're already a unique being drawn to some kind of art. Play Doh, dancing, singing, painting, building things, putting on skits for your stuffed animals. But somewhere along the way, that gets pushed aside. It got devalued as a career possibility, even while we all demand art in our daily lives. Streaming music, good looking clothes, books, movies, poetry, and all while arts funding keeps getting cut because it's seen as fluff. And that whole question, whether art can even be a real career, that's actually a separate video I've got coming soon. Here, I want to point out something different. This isn't just career stuff, it's a health issue. So, my day job is mind body chiropractic, specifically something called NET, the Neuro Emotional Technique. Contrary to popular opinion, most of the time, back pain isn't really about the back. In my practice, finding and releasing the emotional root of the pain is often more important than releasing the spinal mechanical point. For most people, that's enough, and they're on their way. But for some people, one issue keeps circling back over and over. And in those cases, the body doesn't heal until the person takes specific action in their actual life, something that represents their core identity. People who are core identity athletes need to be doing something athletic, or else they're in big trouble. People who are core identity artists need to be doing art, or they're in big trouble. I've seen debilitating back and neck pain disappear once someone started writing poetry again. I've seen strange skin issues clear up after someone finally got back to watercoloring. After years of watching this pattern, I know creative expression is a real component of health, just like exercise, diet, sleep, water, all of it. Exercise is good for all of us, but it's life and death important specifically for athletes. Art is the same. Core identity artists need it in a big way, but all of us would feel better with it as part of basic self care. Right now, a lot of us are exhausted. The cost of everything, aging parents, hustle culture, AI, sick pets, global whatever, whatever, And somewhere along the way, we lost something that made us feel like a person. Creating something with your own two hands, that's not indulgent, that's healthy. It's as basic as eating your vegetables. I know some of you don't eat vegetables, but you know what I mean. It's okay if you don't know where to start or if you don't feel like doing art just yet. Just give yourself permission to enjoy more of it. Go look at some visual art, listen to music, read a novel or some poetry, check out a film festival. And next time you're at a party meeting someone new, don't ask them what they do, ask them how they art. And if this made you think differently about your own art, hit subscribe. It genuinely helps me keep making these.